we take a little bit closer look, this is about 45 minutes to an hour later, and just about 11 o'clock in the morning. They are topping off number 2 and number 3 hatches. Number 1 and number 4 have already been completed. As the topping off procedure below deck continues, the size of the loads are reduced so that they can fill the hatch and be able to cover it without difficulty. Taking a look at the yard, we can see how the peeled logs are stacked in the yard. You can also notice their angle of repose. You can see there's cribs in the yard, and then there's cribs on the apron of the pier. These metal cribs are used to hold the logs while they're being scaled, and then they're being used to hold the logs while the slings are put in place. This is a view of a hatch that's just about finished. There are wires on the logs because all these logs are pre-slung. It only takes 2.5 days to discharge the entire ship. Here comes a few more pieces. While these logs look like telephone poles, they are about twice the diameter of a telephone pole. These logs are 40 feet long. You'll notice how gentle the crane driver can be, where he'll just give it a nudge like you see there, spin the load around without anybody having to assist him to place the logs in place. Again, these are all heavy lifts, and for safety's sake, this is how we handle the logs. Now, the total cargo we loaded on this vessel was determined by draft survey. At the finish of the underdeck cargo, 13,688 metric tons of logs had been loaded. Okay, loading on deck. This is a view after 4 hours of loading on deck. Approximately 2,400 metric tons of logs are now on deck. 3 gangs have been loading continuously from after the 12 o'clock break until 16:30. And you can see again by the lift that the ship is not responding at all to a 20 to 22 ton lift. At this time, we'd like to review a few things that are pertinent to roll testing. The rolling period, first of all, is a good indicator of GM.